What is going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of ToyShopFab. And on this video, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to diagnose and figure out what is wrong with my Schumacher battery charger. Yep, I came out one morning and this thing was dead in the water. Then I figured this would probably make a pretty good video because really it's only a couple. Unless you had a catastrophic lightning strike or anything like that, it's usually a pretty easy fix for these things. One problem is, well, if you did have some kind of short or a power surge, your breaker might have popped. That is one way to look at it, but this one here is good. I have got light on my little battery box there. We are plugged in, switches on, and I got nothing up here. So power to the unit is not an issue. Now, another likely issue or cause of it was going to be a fuse, right? These things have an internal fuse. Some of them pop fast, some of them pop slow. Some of the older ones, you might have a little glass fuse in there, but these newer units I have a little guy that looks like this. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Take it out of the bag here. See? Inside this little unit here, you're going to have a fuse that looks something like this guy here. I wish it would focus. But this is like a time delay fuse or a slow burn fuse. It's a safety for inside these chargers, and well, they're soldered to the board. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to try to get you in a stand, find where I put it, get you over the top of this thing so you can see what it is that I'm doing. We'll get this little charger apart, and then I'll show you how to test to see whether or not this thing is bad. So let me find my stand and let me get you in. Alright, so first things first, make sure this thing is unplugged. Don't want to be digging around in here. When there's live power, you might get shocked. So next, we'll take this guy off, and that's easy. Reach down on the bottom or the back side there. They got these little tabs. Push in, pull out, and then when you put it back in, you'll hear it. It snaps right back into place, kind of like a patio table umbrella or easy up legs. That's how this guy works. So we'll get him off, get him out of the way. On the side of this little guy here, got little 1/4-inch screws or 1/4-inch bolts. You can either use a little ratchet with a 1/4-inch, or you can use a regular screwdriver, but we'll go ahead and take that guy out there. Got one on both sides. Put it somewhere where you won't lose them. Now on this particular model, I think, let's see, got some in the back as well. Go ahead and take those guys off. Boom. Boom. So those guys are out. This should move. Yep. So we got the ones on the sides out, I think. Well, the sides didn't need to come off. So those probably just hold these two together. So we got the two in the back. Go ahead and put the side ones back on. That way we don't get confused. Now we got the ones in the back, and up front here, if you peel this little guy back, you're going to see a spot here where there should be a screw in there, and it is. And that's where a nice long and skinny regular screwdriver comes in. So go ahead and get that guy all loosened up. There'll be one over here on this side as well. So as you loose, this top should pop right off, and it does. You can see how really, let's see if I can get you in here. See how real simple it is? You just got the little circuit board up here with the wires. There's just a little, it plugs into this main circuit board down here. So if you wanted to, you could just wiggle, unplug the guy. Next we have this guy here, this main lug, which is loose enough for me to take that off. Now this is right here is the reason why you don't want to have this thing plugged in. Could be shocking. Just go ahead and undo that bolt. Undo this guy right there. Thread him in back by hand. So now we can get this guy out of the way. Now, inside here you can see this little main board right here, and it is held on by, looks like, a couple of screws from the outside, and they are 1/4 inch. So let me go ahead and get those guys out. That way we can bring this board up a little closer. Now these are going to be easy to remember which ones go where. The ones in this little board are much longer than the ones that held the top on. So now that we got him unbolted from our case, we can bring him up here out of the way. See what else we got. Looks like I am going to need a Phillips. Oh, we got some silicone here. So let's see here if I can get this silicone off of here. Go ahead and grab a little blade real quick. I'll get this silicone cleaned off. Alright, got the silicone cleaned off with the help of a razor blade and a little wire wheel or a wire brush on the end of my drill. So now on the inside part, which is really kind of difficult to see, it looks like a small Phillips screw. And on this side here we got a 5/16. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can, there we go, unbolt our little 5/16 here. Set that off to the side. We don't want to lose our Phillips screw. Pull that guy off. Got another one over here. Go ahead and get this guy off as well. Yep. So now we got our screws off. Looks like the silicone might have been used as some kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a Loctite or a lock, keep the bolt nut from backing off. Right. Got both our little screws out. Then looks like I got one more Phillips screw right down here. Go ahead and get that guy taken off as well. Okay, Phillips screws out. Should be able to pull this guy off now, I believe. Oh, got these little plastic clips. There we go. That guy's undone. We got one more right here in the middle. Okay, so now that we have our little plastic board out of the way, or our circuit board off of our backing plate, now you can see here on the camera, we have this little guy right here, which looks just like these guys here. Now, simple way of testing it is first, let's go ahead and grab our replacement. Grab yourself a little multimeter. We'll test the new one first. So we'll put that guy right there. They call that the horseshoe mode. Oh, I'm sorry. If you look, you're going to see, oh, can't look. So, horseshoe mode there. Touch it. You can see you've got continuity. There's something there. You can test our little fuse holding the ends. Boom, touch it. We got 0.2. You can see that there. 0.1, touching these two together should be about the same, 0.2. So you know that this little guy is got continuity. It can electricity can pass through it. Now, or if you don't want to do it that way, go ahead and go one more up, just like that. It's got, looks like a little sound wave shooting out. Touch those two together, they'll make sound. Do the same on this guy here. It should also do the same. So we know this little guy is good. Testing the board, well, it does the same exact thing. So you find where this guy is here. So we got power running in. You can see one end of our little fuse is soldered to this same terminal here where we got power running in. So go ahead and connect this guy here and connect and touch the other side of our fuse. It should beep if it's still good. It is not. Go ahead and touch it next to our other red terminal where the one side of the fuse is soldered. You got beeping. Connect the other side of the fuse. Nothing. So that tells me that that fuse right there is no good. Now another way to test this too is, well, if you can figure out how to take a jumper wire and go from one side of the fuse to the next, you can plug this back in, power it up, and see if your little screen comes on. If it does, then then you know that that fuse is bad as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my little solder gun, my little soldering iron. We'll go ahead and heat up our solder, pull that fuse out. All right, so we got our old blown fuse removed. Our new fuse has now been soldered back in place. Now it is kind of tricky to get some of the solder off, but if you can heat it up, and if they sell the little, like, it looks like braided wire, so you can put on there, run your soldering gun over it. It helps remove all of that old solder and allow you to apply flux or the cleaner, get all these connections really good and cleaned up. If you don't have any of that stuff and all you have is a soldering iron like I do, you can use really fine strand wire as well. Put it on there and just kind of, it doesn't work as well, but it does help. So once you get all that out of the way, go ahead and solder your new fuse back in place. Now we're going to double check. So we're just going to use the tone setting on our little multimeter here to jump across where our fuse is at. Now before we did not have a tone, so now this time, if I did it correctly, we should. And we do. So, really difficult one-handed. Okay, so holding this up, our fuse is there. We got a tone. That means our fuse has been soldered in place correctly. We now have continuity through both of those terminals. Go ahead and snap this little guy back on where it goes. All right. Find our little Phillips screw. Go ahead and reinstall that guy back on the board. Go ahead and reinstall our other little screws here for our at the top. Make sure we get those guys put back into place. Make sure that guy is all nice and snug. There we go. Go ahead and get the other guy put back inside as well. Okay, got that guy back on. Let's go ahead and put our screws back on the outside here. And let's go all the way back on. Now, we're even going to go one step farther. We're going to go ahead and put some silicone back on top of these bolts just like it was. That way everything is exactly the way it was when we found it. I'm even going to make a mess of it just like the factory did. So, boom. So now we got that guy back in place. All bolted back up. Let's go ahead and reinstall our top. Make sure we get this guy put back where he came from. Make sure this guy gets snugged up. It doesn't have to be super, super tight because it wasn't when we took it apart. So that should be good enough. Make sure this guy is snug as well. Yep. So now we got that guy in. Let's go ahead and plug our top board back in as well. Alright. Go ahead and set this guy back down. Now when we took this thing apart the first time, with it plugged in, we had no power to the top. So now, make sure these guys are not touching. Let's go ahead and grab our cord, plug it back in. I heard a click, and now we have lights and we have power. Now, which is a lot more than what this thing had when I came out the other morning. So this is telling me now that problem was fixed and our fuse was definitely the problem. Now I wish I had a battery. Let's see here. Oh, I do. See if we can't hook it up and test it. I heard it click. Let's see if that guy will try to see if it'll charge this old battery. This battery is extremely old. And when I say that is because I have no idea how old it really is. I found it the other day cleaning out my cabinet. But let's see if it'll read anything. Let's see if our charger picks up or reads anything. Oh, it does. Whoops. It says this little battery has 5, 6, 5.2. You can see now it's reading voltage. Let's go ahead and switch it over to the 6 amp there. It's a standard battery, I believe. Hit start. Might be slow charge, I think. I'd have to look up what that means, but go ahead and shut it off then. Voltage is off, 5.8. So our battery charger is now reading, it now reads volts. It should have no problem hooking it up to a car and charging our battery. And you can find these guys, I believe, let's see here, thermal fuse or just a, if you can get into your little charger, each one of these fuses will have a number on it. Type in that number, Amazon, eBay. Should be able to find them. I bought those off of Amazon, and I believe I got like 10 of them, 20 for I think 10 bucks. It's not that expensive, and a little bit of work, you can save your charger. I've seen a lot of these get tossed out because they had no power going to them anymore, and all it was the fuses, the internal fuse. That's all it was. So you can save yourself some money by pulling apart your little charger here, testing the fuse like I showed you, see if it's got continuity, see if it has a tone, if it makes contact, and probably save yourself quite a bit by fixing your charger. So hope this helps some of you guys out. Hope you liked the video. I hope it was informative. So I'm going to go ahead and end off right here, get myself set up for another project I've got going on. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for me, hit subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below, tell me what you think. Thank you guys again for all your support, and I'll catch you on the next one.